We want to shift the focus just a bit now, lest we leave the impression that this is all about bad cops. Law enforcement today, someone said, is a bit like working for a badly understaffed fire department, running constantly from place to place, trying to put out one fire after another. And just ask any older police officer in Philadelphia. It is so much different from the old days. It is not a job for the meek. Today, a police officer in America's cities experiences more frustration and danger on the job than at any time before.
The police officer goes out to every radio call with more trepidation today than perhaps their fathers and their uncles. It's a war zone out there.
A war zone because gang conflict and drug deals are often fought with the weapons of war. John Gallagher has crisscrossed the neighborhoods of Philadelphia's 9th District for 7 years. On most nights, his job is routine and monotonous.
Can I see your license and registration, please?
Traffic violations, burglar alarms, as this one was usually false alarms.
Be careful.
Tonight, a call on the radio alerts him to a man on the street with a gun. Officer Gallagher, who has been there when 2 of his colleagues were shot and killed on the street, responds very cautiously.
A lot of fear goes through my mind as a result that you could always think that it could be you.
When the police arrive, the man with a gun is nowhere to be seen. It is another false alarm. But thousands of incidents of people with guns who use them so readily are a plague in America's cities. In 1960, 1 of every 4 murders in America occurred among people who knew each other. In 1995, the number is 1 in 10. 90% of those murdered today are virtual strangers to their assailants. Today's police are outmanned, outgunned, and certainly ill-prepared to deal with the underlying social problems that lead so often to violent crime. Professor James Fife is a criminologist at Temple University here in Philadelphia.
We expect the police to solve problems of crime and crack and automatic weapons, and they're all problems that have roots in things that have nothing at all to do with the police.
In 1960, there were slightly more than 3 police officers available to deal with every violent crime committed in America. Today, there is only 1 police officer to deal with every 3 violent crimes. In 1965, 91% of all violent crime resulted in an arrest. In 1993, that number was down to about 60%. John Gallagher's father, John Sr., retired in 1986 after 23 years on the Philadelphia police force. Part of that time, he walked a beat in the 9th District. How times have changed.
You always had to be anxious. I mean, you can never get complacent about things in police work. I don't care if it's the 40s or the 90s, but I think their volume is a lot more and there's less respect, certainly, yeah.
We'll have a final note in just a moment.